All right, if you have the Sim Update 2 beta, you've probably seen this little frame generation selector where you can select between uh, DLSS frame generation, AMD FSR frame generation, and I think that's it. I could be wrong. I don't want to swap it around. I'm going to leave it the way it is. So I want to see what's better, what the difference is, because I've always done DLSS frame gen. That just makes sense to me because I'm using DLSS. I figured, they're homeboys. Let's keep them together. But for this demonstration, I have switched to AMD FSR 3, and I've since rebooted the sim since then. So we'll go through my settings here, and I'll let you take a look at everything. But what I'm mainly concerned with, or what I mainly want to keep an eye on, is my GPU usage. The standard stuff. My memory usage, my GPU usage. Not really concerned with temps. I never go over 72 at the most. Thank the Lord. But yeah, so that's what I'm going to look out for. But these are my settings. So let's hop in. I'm going to go to a random default airport. I'm thinking somewhere I never go. Because I don't want it to have any sort of cache setup sort of thing going on. What is it? We'll go here. Lincoln, I don't even know what this is. As you can tell, I have no whatever you call it for that. We'll just spawn on the runway, and we're in the default 737 MAX. So I think, call me crazy, but I'm going to stop recording here, and I'm going to record my phone just to see exactly how it's going to run on both FSR and DLSS frame gen. I don't want any recording software pulling anything from my GPU, my CPU, anything. So it's going to be, maybe 20 seconds of just showing different stages of what the performance is like, and I'll report back. One thing I have noticed using FSR frame gen, and I could be mad tripping but I feel like my head tracking is just slightly lagging a little bit. Not stuttering, not, that it's just not as fluid as it was with the DLSS frame gen. But that's the one thing I've already noticed. I've farted around a little bit. So anyway, let's end it here, and I'm going to pick up the phone, and I'll see you on the ground in Lincoln. But let's get another thing. I want to do weather, something we all have a default preset. We'll go clear. Clear skies at, we'll do 8 o'clock. If I can get it there. That's kind of annoying. All right, 8 o'clock. Clear skies, that's going to be the same for both. And we're just spawning where it says runway 18. So I'll check back in.
All right, I changed planes because the default 7.3 absolutely blows. And it was giving me the weirdest thing where outside the cockpit was great performance, inside was terrible. So I don't know why I thought to go default. Anyway, we're in the CRJ. Doesn't matter what plane we're in. And I'm sorry for the blue screen. It does not look like that in person. And I don't know how to fix it, so don't say anything. It's going to hurt my feelings. But sitting idle, we're at 70% usage, 60 frames locked, which is really good for me. I've got a 3060 Ti, by the way. Panning around, still about 72. Usually that's pinned at like 90 something, but we are in the CRJ 550, and we are running dynamic LOD. So these are the dynamic LOD settings. My TLOD is at 14, and then as soon as I take off, it'll go to 65 and 100. Anyway, that will stay the same for the DLSS preset. So none of this is really important, just kind of giving you a rundown. So anyway, let's take off. We're sitting on the runway here. I changed the airport too, because I didn't want to, give the cache time to load up the previous one I was at. It says my yaw damper is not engaged. Bing bonk. Okay. All right, so we're just gonna go full throttle. Good morning, Julia. And I'm just going to rotate. And we don't have flaps in. So I just set it, so we'll see if they deploy in time for rotate. So 80 knots. Let's take a look at our performance. We're still at 78% usage, 60 FPS, looking good. Alright, we're in the air, getting a little squirrely. I'm just going to climb up a couple thousand feet. 67% usage, which I really like. But now we're on 65 for the TLOD, 68% usage still, 60 FPS, 70. Gear up. That's pretty good. It's actually really good. Jumping up to 70 and 76, bounce in between. Let's pan between a couple cameras. The trees aren't really loading in, but whatever. 65% usage, pretty much locked at 60. Pretty good. Better than I thought it was going to be for some reason. Alright, now we're at 100 on the TLOD. 70 usage and 60 FPS locked. Let's go outside. 75, 76, we're about to stall. Push the nose over. Locked at 60 though. Again, sorry for the blue. It doesn't look like that in real life. Ooh. Getting a little choppy, panning around, which is to be expected. So I'm not really getting over 80% usage, and I'm very rarely fully dipping below 60. So it's actually pretty impressive. So let's go delete the rolling cache, swap the preset to DLSS FrameGen, and we'll see what the performance looks like. And while we're waiting for the sim to load, here's a tasty jam. All right, we're on the ground. Same airport, same day, same time, same weather. We're sitting at 67 usage, 60 locked. It's kind of bouncing to 61, but it's locked to 60. I can already tell you from loading in, it was much smoother, a lot less choppy. My thesis was correct. It likes DLSS FrameGen. It just likes to be with its buddy, I guess. But anyway, let's go full throttle. Bam. Flaps have been set this time. That's one variable. But let's take off here. So 68. Not frames, but usage. That's kind of what I gauge my stuff on. 80 knots. Sitting below 75 usage. 60 locked still. And rotate. Still locked at 60. It's doing good. Honestly, all I can tell you is it's a lot smoother on the DLSS preset, or DLSS FrameGen, as opposed to the FSR. Because let's go to the window view to see if anything else is really. It's a lot smoother going to different views. Doesn't chop up as much, that kind of thing. We're at 63 usage and the TLOD is at 100, so that's already beating what's it called, the previous one. Let me trim out here sort of if I can. And we'll go at exterior. 67 usage, locked at 60. So all around just a little better, but a lot smoother. Especially if you're using DLSS. I can't really speak to somebody that's doing something else, but the reason I wanted to do this is because I see Island Sim Pilot doing the FSR FrameGen all the time, and you know, if you're aware of who he is, he's sort of known for performance tips and whatnot, so I thought I'd give it a shot. And I never really was sure what the difference was, but it seems like the I hate the blue, I'm sorry, but it seems like the DLSS is the way to go.
Alright folks, well there you have it. I don't know about you, but I'm certainly going to stick with the DLSS FrameGen. I I just find that to be more reliable and much better performance. But now we know. It could be, I mean, there's a million different variables, different things in general with PC that could affect it, so you never know for sure, but that's definitely something that I wanted to test and check out, because they'll both do alright, you know, but putting them head-to-head, DLSS frame gen is clearly the victor, so there you go. By the way, 24 doesn't really let you doesn't let you open Windows without saying you've completely crashed your plane. But if you turn off the damage modeling or whatever it's called in 24, you can open your windows and it won't make you seem like you just ran into the ground. I don't know why it does that from the beginning, but whatever. So if you want to open your windows, turn that off. But we're in this little cupboard. Let's hit a landing. We're already here. You know what I mean? Where's our airport? There we are. I'm digging the new tail number 3 Echo Foxtrot. It's nice. It's easy on VASM too. Just what do you call it? Just rip it off the dome. Hold short, 28 right, 3 Echo Foxtrot. Bing bong bum. Nice and easy. We're just gonna slip the F word out of the sky. Ooh, alright. Make it a nice quick final here. It's a short runway too. I'm terrible at tail wheels, dude. I just don't understand the physics of them yet, but that doesn't stop me from enjoying this classic aircraft simulations cub, because they did such an awesome job with it. I like the floats variant, it's super fun. Anyway. Oh boy. Ooh, it's pretty rough. Still wheeling it. And back wheel's almost there. Anyway, I'm terrible at cubs, but they're fun. So I thought you might enjoy that. Anyway, that's the video. God bless you. Have a great day.